Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, how's it going?
It's going well, Steven. How are you guys?
Yeah, complaining. We were just talking about this story in Hot Topics where this woman, she was going on a blind date with this man who agreed to pay for the meal, but he was stunned when she showed up with 23 of her family members to the blind date and expected him to pay. He left them with a $3,100 bill.
Wow. Well, yeah, that's what they get. That sounds like a hustle
See,
if I ever heard one. I mean, the date does assume it's just two people, right? So,
Right.
yeah.
Anyway, how's DC? What's going on up there?
DC's good, weather's good. It's going to get cold soon, but we've had a couple good weekends here. And yeah, everything's been great up here.
That's good. Well, listen, I'll let you two take it away. Movie reviews.
Sure. First thing, go Braves. I'm glad we finally made it to the World Series.
Right,
I don't know if Aaron's talked about it yet, but it's
Yeah,
like 20 years in the making.
Right.
Okay, 20 years in the making, but we're back.
We're doing it.
You know what? We've heard themes. 90s are back. This fashion's coming back. This thing's coming back. I mean, 90s are truly back now because we're back in the World Series. So exciting times.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I'll kick it off. So the movie I saw was, of course, the big movie of the weekend that's been talked about for, the past few years, Dune. And if you don't know anything about this is based on a science fiction novel from the 60s. And it follows the story of a son who is part of this noble family, this house, as they go to this new planet and take over. And what happens is it kind of triggers this whole political and a lot of cultural differences and things that happen within the world that cause his life to change, his house's life to change, and the kind of the fate of this planet to change in the onset. So it's technically part one. So it's the first half of the book because this book over the years has been notorious about being able to film, to make. There was a failed project in the 70s. There's a David Lynch version of the movies that didn't get well reviewed. So this one is kind of the next swing at it, and it's well done. So if you are a fan of Dune sci-fi, this will hit all the high marks for you. It has an outstanding cast: Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem. I can go on and on. It's got a great cast, great director, Denis Villeneuve. I think I mispronounced his name, but he did Arrival and Prisoners and films like that. Mm-hmm. And he has the vision. He's doing a great job. Only complaint is it is a part one, like I mentioned, so it does leave you wanting more, and they haven't even started part two yet with filming and everything. So there's going to be a wait. So a little bit of a disappointment there, but overall, great. If you have HBO Max, it's on streaming. I know this movie is definitely benefits from the big screen, from the IMAX experience, from any of those. Mm-hmm. But I took the route of just watching it at home, so I didn't have to wear a mask the whole time, and still enjoyed it. So highly recommend. I don't know, Chike, if you had a chance to see it yet.
I did, and one of the things that stood out to me was the cinematography. Like, it's just beautiful to watch. Mm-hmm. It's a beautifully shot film, and if anyone's old enough to remember the Dune, I should say the old version, but the first Dune, mm-hmm. It was big for itself during that time as well. It's just a big story, and the cinematography was done well with that as well for its time. But this movie is probably one of the better releases of 2021.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So. And they may even get looked at.
Oh yeah,
for some awards. It's that good. So check that out. Did you see anything else?
So the only other thing I saw is this series, and I don't know if you've seen it, called Only Murders in the Building. And this is it's a comedy series about podcast enthusiasts, murder mystery podcast enthusiasts or true crime that have a murder happen in their building in New York. And so they decide to investigate it on their own and actually make their own
Okay.
podcast about it. It stars Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. And it's on Hulu and it's 10 episodes long, and it was fun. It's one of those, Martin Short, I think, just always does a great job. And then, with Steve Martin and even Selena Gomez, they all bring their A game. And it's just a fun little series, 30-minute long episodes, hilarious. If you're looking for kind of light watching that has a little bit of murder mystery involved in it too, then definitely check it out, because this was a fun, especially after Squid Game, this is a fun change of pace for a TV show.
Yeah, I have to check it out. It sounds like it's fun.
Yeah, definitely. And then that was it for me. I know I missed last week. I did want to just mention I did finish and watch Squid Game. Great show. Highly recommend if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. I'm trying to get past the subtitles. I'll get there. I'll get there. Trust me. So the first film that I saw, of course, I've been promising you, Halloween Kills. Jamie Lee Curtis, Anthony Michael Hall, who is also from the 80s movies. He's an 80s legend. It was good to see him in a film. Judy Greer and Aaron Armstrong is Michael Myers. I enjoyed this movie. It was a little reminiscent to me of the second Halloween, off of the original, the first one that Jamie Curtis was in, the part 2 of that one. That's probably my favorite chapter of this saga, this story of Michael Myers, is the second one. This one actually reminded me of that a little bit. It's kind of sort of after an incident happened. It picks up right after that last attack in the last movie, and they're rushed to the hospital. Well, Michael's at the hospital. He's coming to get her, and it starts kind of like that. But in this movie, there's reinforcements against Michael. Laurie Strode basically convinces the town that they need to whoop Michael's ass, and it's pretty interesting. Check it out. I highly recommend it. It's a good addition to the Michael Myers saga.
Nice.
So I saw a documentary. I told you guys last week I wanted to watch What Happened to Brittany Murphy on HBO Max, because I always wondered what happened to Brittany Murphy. She was a rising star. She was the it girl for a second, and then there was rumors that she was anorexic, because you saw her and she was looking really wafy. She didn't look herself. Because by nature she was a I don't want to say a chunky girl, but she was, she had meat on her. She was voluptuous. And then over time, they're saying that the Hollywood machine got into her ears and her head, and she started losing weight, and she wasn't looking so well running about Hollywood. They were calling her anorexic and stuff. And it was never really proven. It was just rumor. And then she disappeared. Then she wound up dead. And so the husband basically cremated the body, and he did not let them do an autopsy, and there was nothing that they could do to stop him, so they can never prove what happened to Brittany Murphy. Check out the documentary, and it poses a lot of questions, and I left a lot of stuff out to give you something to watch, because I don't want to give you too much, but definitely check it out. If you're a Brittany Murphy fan, if you don't know who Brittany Murphy is, research her, and some of your favorite movies she's probably been in. I enjoyed her as an artist, and when it was a good documentary, I love my documentary films.
Okay, nice, good to know. Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews. I heard it's a little bit like one of those I think padded for time, and you can let me know documentaries where they're like, oh, maybe this happened, and then 5 minutes later then someone's like, oh, this didn't happen, and it's just like, okay, now you're just kind of filling time. But I haven't seen it, so I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, basically it is sort of like that, in the sense of they take you down the course of questioning as if law enforcement was doing it, because they have to rule out certain things, and they show you basically the happenstances on why that doesn't work, because there's no body, You can't prove anything. It's all speculation.
Now, Brittany, but they did. Maybe I'm getting my celebrities wrong. I thought she's the one that died of pneumonia, or is this someone else?
So they said that she had a cold and she was taking cold medicine, and then she collapsed in her bathroom, and her
Okay.
mother found her. Her mother made a 911 call. The 911 call, all that's recorded, all that's in there. But when it came time to do the autopsy, her husband did not let them do an autopsy. He cremated the body.
Okay.
So it was never really found what happened to Brittany Murphy. It's all speculation. And there's more to it, but you have to watch the documentary. I'm not going to tell. But yeah, it's more to
don't want to give all the spoilers away.
No. And my last film was Dune, and you covered that. But Steven, Insecure started up again last night.
No, and I couldn't watch it. I haven't watched it yet because my HBO is tripping. So I was trying to reset my password. Wouldn't reset, so I'm gonna try it again tomorrow. But I cannot wait. I was all prepared. I ran downstairs getting ready, and then why is it not working?
So I'm gonna watch it again tonight for you.
Okay.
And a Curb Your Enthusiasm, was I just found out yesterday, is back this week. And I didn't watch Succession this week either. But I am going to watch Insecure tonight again for you. And maybe I'll watch Curb Your Enthusiasm too. Okay. Since they're only a half hour, it's an hour, and then I can go to bed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, the morning show is still doing its thing.
Yo, that show was crazy. Thank you for turning me on to that. That show was crazy.
Really good. 911 with Angela Bassett. That's an amazing show. So much going on with that.
Did she get her son back yet?
She arrested him and killed the guy that took him.
Wow.
And so, but yeah, so it's a lot of different twists and turns. But yeah, it's really good, really good. Good, a lot of good TV out right now, which is good to see. The Wonder Years is still, I tell you, I was just so shocked how great that is. And I was telling you all about this show about the Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton.
American Saga or American.
That is so good, so good.
Have you speaking of shows, and this one just because Rizzo was on Wait Don't Tell Me a few weeks ago, have either of you seen Wu-Tang, the American Saga, that HBO Hulu series?
Yes.
I've heard great things. So.
Yes, it's good. It's good. So are you into Wu-Tang like that?
I mean, I like them enough, but I'm not like into them, I would say. I mean, I like the hits.
So before that series came out, there's a documentary on Showtime on Wu-Tang. It came out right before the series was released. The documentary really made me like the series.
Okay, it's good to know then.
Yeah, because you get to see what happened in real context. Because they have a lot of footage they kept a lot of footage. Somebody kept the camera and they filmed a lot of stuff from back in the day. So there is a lot of footage from their beginnings, and they incorporated into this documentary. So when I saw the Hulu series, it was like, oh, wow. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Awesome.
They put everything into context. Yeah.
Anything coming down the pipeline?
Last Night in Soho, again, that Edgar Wright movie where the girl goes to sleep. She's in London, she goes to sleep, and she is transported back in time into the 60s, being this dancer who ended up getting murdered, and then she's trying to solve the murder that happened 30, 40 years ago. It's kind of an interesting, trippy one, but that's the main one for next week.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't have anything in the future, but a series that I want to shout out just ended. Chapel Wait on Epics with Adrian Brody as the lead character. It's about vampires, and y'all know I love my macabre stuff. It's about vampires. It's inspired by Jerusalem's Lot, which was written by Stephen King, which is kind of sort of connected to Salem's Lot, which was something that came out in the 80s. Vampire story, same. But I will say this, the acting on that show is so good. Do you know that they had the season finale last night? I teared up. They made me tear up, and I had to say, what is going on? The acting on these shows is phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Nice.
And then you wonder why, like, some of these actors, these award-winning actors are coming to television. It's because they're chasing the work.
Yeah. Yeah. I also forgot to mention I finished season 3 of You on Netflix.
Oh, you like it?
Oh my gosh. That is a crazy. I mean, it's good. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I won't tell you how it ends, but it's just
No spoilers, but yeah.
And you know they already got picked up season 4, so
it's a hit show, right? I mean, they'll just keep making them.
Well, and Cardi B and the lead actor in You, they were tweeting each other, so everybody was like, and she tweeted, "He's a keeper." No, he's not.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she has not seen the show apparently.
Right. Well, listen, guys, thank you as always for letting us know what to spend our time and our money on. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk again next Monday.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right.
Good night.
After this.